You've probably been told that the best way to stay healthy during midlife is to walk more, do steady cardio, and, you guessed it, eat less. Sounds familiar, right? The problem is, for most women going through perimenopause or menopause, that advice is flat out wrong. So in this video, I'm going to bust some of the biggest myths around exercise in midlife. We're going to cover 3 specific types of movement that actually work, plus a 4th piece that most people miss, but it's one of the most important pieces. And to make this easier for you to put into action, I've put together a free guide. It's called Fuel Your Metabolism, a fat loss guide for midlife women. Now, it's going to walk you through the food swaps that calm cravings fast, a meal structure that makes eating simple, and how to ease into fasting without burnout. Grab it, it's free and it's linked in the description. Now, let's get into why most midlife exercise advice simply fails and what works instead. Here's the reality. The body changes after 40 in ways most people, or most ladies, were never warned about. Estrogen and progesterone, the 2 hormones that support your strength and metabolism, even your sleep, no longer follow their predictive monthly rhythm. Instead of smooth curves on a chart, they zigzag like a toddler with crayons. Some days estrogen spikes and other days it drops. And without progesterone to balance it out, every system in the body feels off. That's why so many women say they gained belly fat almost overnight, or why sleep suddenly disappeared, or why workouts that used to keep them fit now feel pointless. And this isn't about discipline or willpower, it's about biology. And if the strategy doesn't match the biology, the results just won't come. So let's call out the biggest myth first, that 150 minutes of moderate cardio is enough per week. That guideline might be fine for the general population, but for women in perimenopause and postmenopause, it's too hard to recover. That means you're stuck in the middle between burning time and energy without getting any results. Add in the common habit of exercising on an empty stomach. Even worse. Instead of burning fat, you risk the downside of breaking down muscle, which is the exact opposite of what you need at this stage of life. So, what's the fix? It's not more cardio, and it's not harder workouts. It's a shift in how you train, something most women have never been shown. Once you understand the pattern, everything changes. So let me walk you through the 3 approaches that actually work after 40. Firstly, strength training. When estrogen declines, your body loses one of its strongest signals for maintaining muscle. That's why so many women feel weaker, softer, and less stable, even when their workouts haven't changed. So what is the fix? Replace that missing signal with a new one. In other words, lift weights heavy enough to recruit more muscle fibers. That means doing fewer reps with a weight that feels truly challenging. Now, it doesn't have to be barbells at the gym. It could be squats or lunges or a backpack loaded with books. The point is to challenge your muscles so that your nervous system steps in and says, we need to get stronger. Now, that's how you hold on to muscle and bone density. And no, lifting heavy will not make you bulky. That myth has been around for decades, because without high levels of testosterone, it's nearly impossible. So instead, heavy training makes women more toned, more stable, and more capable. Second, high intensity intervals. Now, I'm not talking about the kind that leaves you gassed for 45 minutes straight. We're talking about short, sharp efforts with full recovery. This would look like, think of 30 seconds of effort like cycling hard or doing squat jumps, followed by 2 or even 3 minutes of rest. Or maybe 2 minutes of rowing followed by 4 minutes of easy movement. Simple, right? Now, that contrast, push hard, then truly rest, tells your body to lower cortisol, burn visceral belly fat, and improve insulin sensitivity. Done right, these intervals don't wear you down. They build you up. Third, impact or plyometric training. Now, this one might sound intimidating, but it's not just for athletes. It can be as simple as jump rope or hopping in place. Why? Because bones need impact to stay strong. Just 10 minutes of jumping 3 times a week has been shown to reverse bone loss. Considering how many women face osteoporosis later on in life, this is a game changer. Now, let's bring it all together. These 3 types of training, strength, intervals, and impact, replace the messages estrogen used to send to your muscles, bones, and brain. Together, they help you hold on to lean muscle. They also stabilize your blood sugar. They strengthen your bones. They improve sleep. And you lose that stubborn belly fat. So let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your body changed overnight? Like one week you were fine and then the next, nothing seemed to work anymore. I would like you to drop a comment and share what your experience is. Because when you see how many others are going through this too, you'll realize you're not alone. Now let's bust one more myth. That exercise alone is simply not enough. You've probably heard the phrase, you cannot outrun a bad diet. And that's especially true here. Muscle and bone are built in the gym, but they are maintained in the kitchen. Without strength or without enough protein, healthy fats and micronutrients, your body cannot rebuild. And if you're under-eating or fasting too long, your body treats it as stress. Cortisol goes up, fat storage increases, especially around the belly. That's why movement and nutrition have to work together. So here is the real formula. 2 or 3 short strength sessions per week, 1 or 2 interval or impact workouts, protein-rich meals, plenty of veggies, smart fueling around workouts. And this isn't about chasing perfection. It's about stacking the right habits and doing them consistently. So think about that, what that could mean for you. Instead of watching muscle disappear and belly fat pile on, you rebuild strength and definition. Instead of fearing fractures, you keep your bones dense and resilient. Instead of dragging through the day, you sleep better, you move better, and you feel more in control of your body again. And the best part? It doesn't take hours each day. Just 30 minutes, a few times a week, can completely shift your trajectory. That's why so many women who felt hopeless finally feel relief. And when they stop doing what doesn't work and start doing what does, it's not about working harder. It's about working smarter. And that shift, it's not just physical, it's emotional. So feeling stronger brings more confidence. It brings more energy and a deeper sense of control, even when everything else feels chaotic. Here's the takeaway. The old rules don't apply anymore. The cardio-heavy, eat less approach doesn't work. What does work is heavy lifting, short intense intervals, impact training paired with smart nutrition. That's the blueprint for thriving after 40. And if you want to start putting this into practice, don't forget to grab my free guide, Fuel Your Metabolism, a Fat Loss Guide for Midlife Women. It's linked in the description. It's short, simple, and built for real life. See you around.